Hello and welcome back to our Batanian-focused series in Bannerlord. And, of course, we're focusing on smithing too. And I have just purchased another bunch of wooden hammers and pitchforks. And you can currently see the number that we have here is pretty dramatic. And amusingly enough, I've actually been making a lot of money through my smiths. We're actually here in Tile as well, by the way. So yeah, I've been making a lot of money through my smithies in the various towns. I've also been trying to increase the amount of raw resources that I have here, and we've been doing pretty well, actually. We've been doing pretty well at that, just literally for the pure fact that I'm able to buy these amazing wooden hammers and things, and then just turning them into, well, basically pure profit pretty much, because I can just make this, and I can then go to a nearby village or indeed a town, and I can buy either hardwood or I can buy more pitchforks and more wooden hammers, and it makes a huge difference. It makes an absolutely huge difference. Just look at this. Look at this craziness. And obviously, I'm kind of limited by the amount of stamina that I have at the moment, but I've been actually looking for some... Oh. Perfect. This is actually perfect. All right, yeah, I've actually been looking for a companion in every single town that I've gone to, and I've never found anyone that has really kind of spoken to me in a decent fashion. And this guy's got 120 in medicine. How can you say no to him? All right, let's do it. Yeah, you've only got 432 only as a recruitment cost? I'm very surprised, all right? Well, I'm happy with this. And you know, the reason why I'm really happy with this as well, by the way, because I can now use him as an additional little smithy, and that's really going to make a huge difference, because I can basically just go here and I can just increase. I mean, obviously his smithing is basically bare bones and nothing much at all to really write home about, but it's pretty cool. You know, it's pretty cool for us to have that ability to have another one, you know, have a third one. And you know how I said in the previous episode that I was actually going to make Pelisor into another smelting guy? Yeah, I actually wanted to do that. However, I actually forgot that my setting for auto allocation of companion skills is actually enabled. So he has already learnt something else. And I personally feel like that setting is really cool. And I actually forgot, as I say, I forgot that I had it on. But I think that setting is really cool, and the main reason why I think that is because it basically allows you to kind of give your companions a little bit more personality. And I mean, I know, you know, Pelisor's got an amazing personality as it is. Well, does he? Does he really? But he does have a lot of stories surrounding him, and he's generally very cool in that regard. You know, his lore is just off the charts. If you can really, you know, say that. But anyway, the point is that he is going to be selecting all of his stuff. Everyone's going to be selecting all of their various traits and things like that. And I think that is going to be pretty cool. The only thing that they're not going to be selecting, of course, is their main focus points and attribute points and things like that. So we can very much easily decide what we want to do with those. Now, Batania has actually been very busy. I'm going to actually show you that right now. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing, to be honest, because I believe that they're currently at war against the Kaoses. I think they're currently at war against the Sturgians, and I think they're also at war against the Vlandians. But obviously, I'm not entirely sure about that, so we should probably just take a look. Yes, I know. Don't type in Batania. Just go here and then have a look. Okay, so are they at war against... No, they're not at war against the Sturgians anymore. They are at war against the Southern Empire, which is also the main reason why I did not want to... Ah, wait a minute. No, Epicrote is not actually under control of the Southern Empire. So I suppose in this episode we will probably become a vassal of... yes, a vassal of Batania. Unfortunately, the Kaoses are taking the fight to Batania quite heavily, and it is making things a bit uncomfortable for me because, well, on the one hand, I would very much like to, you know, join them and, you know, help them out, maybe get a fief or two if I can, but on the other hand, I don't really want to come up against a massive army of Kaoses units, and that's going to be terrible. Oh yeah, in the previous episode, apparently in my hilariousness to randomize weapons, I actually equipped a wooden blade, and I do apologize for that. I mean, that's not really my fault, kind of, because I did. Where is it, by the way? Where is it? It's not really my fault, in my opinion, because I did have a randomize on, and that was it. I was basically just randomizing as much as I possibly could, because I thought to myself, well, if I randomize them, we're maybe going to get some really funny stuff. And we kind of did. We kind of did get some funny stuff. So maybe that's not so good to do. Maybe it's not so good to do. But anyway, what we're going to do now is I'm going to continue just smelting. I've actually just been smelting with Diggory, as well as refining a little bit. But yeah, we're going to just do a little bit more of this, because as you can see, I have a huge amount of crude iron here, and we've got a lot of wrought iron as well. We definitely need to do more of that. And you can see here that I just run out of stamina so incredibly fast, even with 400 stamina. And you can imagine the base game has 100, doesn't it? Yeah, I think it does. I think I've forgotten about that mostly, but yeah, that's pretty insane in my opinion. All right, so we're going to do a tournament. Let's see if we can maybe get some items for our new companion, because of course he's going to need some. Ooh, this is actually a pretty nice one-handed sword. Maybe it's going to be good for Mr. Pelisor. Let's actually get this. If I can win, let's actually get this and see if the sword that we created for him, the Pelisor's Wrath sword, is better than a tournament victory weapon. Let's see whether that is indeed the case. And of course, we're going to get a little bit of cash as well. So I'm going to switch to my one-handed here, because let's face it, that's probably going to do the most damage. I mean, I'm not too bad on a, with a bow. But in general, I think I'm probably going to be better with my sword if I can. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Come on, Mr. Diggory. Yeah, okay, 1 damage. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I'm not used to the reach on the one-handed. One-handed is really making a huge problem for me right now. Yeah, shoot him. Shoot him. There we go. Shoot that guy. There we go. Yes, took him down. Took him down. Okay. Wow. My team was just absolutely carrying me on their backs right there. All right. So this is a pretty heavy free-for-all. Thankfully, I do have a polearm here, so it should be pretty easy. Or not. Or not. Hello. Yeah. I wonder, was that actually Pelisor? No, I don't think so. Oh, nice. Take him down. Okay, we got to be careful here. My mount is about to die. Oh. Okay, come on, get him. Get him. Get him, sir. Whoever's on my team. Oh no. I'm utilizing my increased speed, and I'm trying to achieve something with it. Okay, we gotta block downwards, don't we? Right? Yeah. If I can do that, there we go. Okay, no. This is probably not going to work out too well. This is bad news. Can I kick him? Yeah, I can, but that's not really gonna do much, is it? Get him. Yeah, get this guy. No, we don't want this. We don't want 2 of them. Yes, nice damage. Nice damage. Okay, gotta watch out for the other guy. You gotta stay at an arm's length with this one. That's for sure. Nice, took him down. Okay, now we can just deal with this one, and that will be victorious, maybe. Oh, this is a heavy horse archer. Of course it is. There we go. Whew. Okay, that was way too close for my liking. But Diggory, having 121 athletics skill, that is literally saving me right now. Athletic skill is so incredibly powerful in these kinds of situations. Being able to literally stay basically wherever you want in the battle against someone else that is on foot is just crazy. You know, the amount of control that you have over the distancing is really quite powerful and amazing. So hopefully we'll be able to do that continually. Take him down. No, that was not good enough. Yes, there we go. Heavy Horse Archer, take that. But now we're up against the Crusade Marksman, and the Crusade Marksman is actually pretty decent. I feel like our friend here, the Battanian Clan Warrior, is probably going to have some difficulties. As you can see, quite clearly having some difficulties. Now, we've got to be very careful here because, as we know, infantry with spears is actually, in my opinion, much more dangerous than cavalry with spears, if you can believe that. Because I personally feel like having a fast object move into a somewhat more or less static object is going to use their own force against you. So it's going to be a bit tricky, Okay, here we go. 1 versus 1 spear and a shield. Yes. Oh, nice. That was actually very nice. Oh, very good. Okay. I guess the Battanian Clan Warrior just did not know what was going to hit him. Very nice indeed. Okay, so the tournament is over, and we did it. We did it. There we go. 4,200, and we also get one of those swords. So let's actually take a look, because this sword might be relatively good for our new medic. It seems like it is not good enough for Mr. Pellet. Apparently it is good for Mr. Pellisaur, but this is a two-handed / one-handed weapon, and that is the reason why this is significantly less statted, if you know what I mean. Because if you use this one-handed sword, then it's only one-handed, but Pellisaur, I want him to have a two-handed. You know, I want him to have a two-handed to have some fun. So we're just going to replace everything for this fellow, everything that we can at least. Does he have, I don't know what kind of stats he has, so we should probably check those out in a second. So let's do that. Okay, Diggory actually leveled up, amazingly enough. So what do we want to do? What do we actually want to do here? I mean, charm skill, I suppose, is what I've actually been increasing. So we'll probably do more of that, because charm skill, as we have seen in the past, well, with other series, is extremely powerful. It's really, really good to do that. Okay, so does he have riding skill? No, he doesn't. So he's a fellow runner. Yes, he is a fellow runner. So I guess we'll just take this off and we will lock it, because we don't want him to be equipping any of those things. And we also want to give him a shield. Oh, I don't have a shield. Yes, I'm probably going to need to do some battling, aren't I? Okay, I've kind of figured out that our new companion is basically going to be our smelting guy. And that's it. That's literally all he's going to do, because he has no smithing skills at the moment. So it's basically pointless for me to make charcoal with him or anything like that. And we're going to make charcoal with Pellisaur, because he currently has a pretty significant amount of skill to be able to do that. And as you can see, we're skyrocketing up in terms of charcoal. Oh yeah, someone actually mentioned in the comments, thank you, by the way, for all of your comments. I really, really appreciate any kind of assistance and tips you can give me, especially about smithing, because, well, I'm in the dark about that kind of thing. And otherwise, oh yes, what we're going to do is we're going to go, and we're probably going to go to Azurai territory, maybe buy some javelins, and then we'll smelt those and hopefully gain some new recipes from that. That's at least what I'm hoping for at the moment. So hopefully that's going to be good. Otherwise, let's get some fine steel, shall we? Let's get some regular steel too, because I would like to get as much as I can. We can also make Thamaskene steel too. Oh yeah, we're gonna make some cool stuff. Oh yes, look at this. This is great. Okay, so let's just do a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and I'm gonna need to get some more wrought iron as well, because I actually ran out of that stuff. Okay, how much? Yeah, I've got 190 stamina remaining. That's great. All right, so let's try and make a really, really cool weapon. All right, so what about this? What about this? This seems pretty good, right? Because this is a swing damage, cutting damage, piercing damage, you know, all that stuff, all the standard stuff. This is basically the highest blade that I currently have access to, unfortunately. So what I might end up doing is, once I have a huge amount of cash, hopefully I'll get some cash relatively soon from selling stuff, if at all possible. But also I have chosen the highest tier guard that I can currently use. That's going to require some fine steel. And then I'm using this. This is a northern bound two-handed grip. So basically, the other grips that I have available here turn the sword into a two-handed / one-handed weapon. And I'm not entirely sure if I like that. Do I? Do I like that? Because it does increase the difficulty. And someone said that the difficulty is basically the main thing you've got to be looking at here. So maybe that's what I should do. who knows? This might actually be a good enough weapon for me to use myself. So maybe we want to do that. I'm actually not sure. Oh well, let's make it and see what happens. Okay, seems pretty. I mean, it seems pretty good. Maybe we should actually give it like a proper name. So what about his bare hands? Actually, wait a minute. Should we do some pun action? Should we do some pun action? His bare hands, because you know, bare tilt. Yeah. Okay. Let's do his bare hands and see exactly what happens with that. I mean, that was pretty good. Look at that. We actually got over 200 smithing, but we only unlocked 2 additional parts. Yeah. That's not particularly good, is it? No, not particularly good. Oh well. Let's have a look. His bare hands. Oh yeah, it sells for about 9,000. That's decent, but it's not as good as what I was using beforehand. And question. What is it? What is that? Do you see that? What is that? What is that tooltip showing right there? That's showing a hammer. That is showing a hammer tooltip. Is it because I called it his bare hands? And now it's like, oh yes, you're using blunt damage. You're definitely using blunt damage. Okay, well, we're going to sell that. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so technically what I could do is I could literally just go and do that all the time. Do bear in mind that I will be making weapons more often as we go forward, because obviously I will want to try and increase my smithing skill and things like that. But here we go. Master Smith. Character has 10% chance to create a masterwork weapon if difficulty requirements are met. I'm very much looking forward to this, to be honest. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything else that I can currently take here? Okay, so, Character has a 5% chance to create a legendary weapon. Oh yes, this increases by 1% for every skill beyond 300. That is sounding really, really fun. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do something about that. But otherwise, shall we, actually, you know what? The Nustica might actually have some throwing weapons. Let me see here. Throwing weapons. Do they have any? Yeah, they do have some simple javelins. I'm not entirely sure if the simple javelins will give me anything. I'm just going to spend the 4,600. I'm going to just buy all of them just in case. I was actually thinking maybe I should buy some wood and hammers as well, but for now we're just going to leave it. And let's smelt something. So let's smelt the javelins. Okay, nothing from that. Yes. Yeah, I'm probably going to need to... maybe I will have to actually respec back into those things that allow me to learn faster, because, let's face it, if we do have the ability for someone else to smelt and gain things relatively quickly, then that's going to be very, very good for us to do. Anyway, let's take a look at this one. No, they just got some simple javelins as well. I think I need to look for specific javelins. Well, it seems like I haven't been very lucky here, because I have been attempting to smelt these simple javelins. I haven't been able to find any other throwing weapons. Bear that in mind. I have no idea why, but I haven't been able to, so it's kind of weird. Anyway, let's go over to Pelisor here. See if I can smelt a little bit more. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. He doesn't have he actually doesn't have access to anything else. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So I guess we're going to have to do that ourselves, and we need more steel. There we go. Okay, that's working quite nicely. I have so much crude iron right now, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so Pelisor, do you have enough stamina? Yeah, he has a little bit of stamina just to get us over the hump here, and hopefully... yeah, I think we've got enough. I think we have enough, don't we? Yeah, I think we've got just about enough to be able to do some forging. Alright, so I've got 261 stamina, so let's take a look here. Is there anything else that I can actually make? Obviously, I still can't do this because I still don't have any of this. And for some reason, I'm not able to get the parts necessary for it. So we're going to have to buy a whole bunch more, in my opinion. We'll probably have to buy a whole bunch more and see what I can do about that. What about this? This is such a low difficulty, right? This is just way too low difficulty for us to really have anything going on there. What about one-handed swords? Do I have anything good here? Wow, there's so many different parts. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so let's just try and make the highest difficulty. Ooh, here we go. Okay, this might actually be quite good. Oh, nice. Nice, yes. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. There's even more? Okay, that's crazy. Yes. Okay, this is looking pretty good. This is looking pretty good. 157 difficulty is not exactly... it's not exactly great, but... oh, there we go. That's much better. All right, that is fantastic. Okay, so I don't know how good or how bad this sword actually is. It's probably pretty awful, let's face it. But we're going to see. We're going to see if it's any good. All right, so let's see. Come on. You know, I should just continue creating stuff because I might very well get a masterwork proc, which would be really kind of amazing. Okay, so let's actually take a look here. I don't know what to call this because I don't know if anyone's going to be using it, to be honest. So, I mean, I could... Okay, so someone actually gave me a pretty hilarious name. And we're going to call it that because I don't know whether it's any good. And I don't know whether I'm going to sell it or whether I'm going to use it. So I'm going to actually call it... Schrödinger. Oh, yes. There we go. All right, so that didn't really give me that much skill. So I would assume that two-handed swords are the way to go in that regard. So let's actually continue making some things. So let's make the highest possible difficulty that we can do, and we're gonna just put the highest stuff on it. And oh, I really don't have that. Okay, well that's pretty crazy. So it's 182. Really? Can I not get a higher difficulty than that? It seems not. It seems not. So I guess we'll just go for this. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll just go for this, and I will call it Sail Sword. Yes. Can't believe I didn't think of that before. All right, so we're actually unlocking some more smithing parts right here too, which is really nice. Okay, so I do want to do something. I want to get some more steel, so let's actually do that. Let's do a little bit more steel, and then I'm going to make another one of these, and we're going to call it... oh, what are we going to call it? Did I actually say selling point before? I think I did selling point before, but I only have a couple of names that are in regards to selling things, selling weapons. So I'm basically just reusing those, I suppose, until I see, or come up with some of my own, or until I see some new ones. All right, so let's take a look and see whether those things were actually any good. All right, so Schrödinger, no, Schrödinger was not that good. Unfortunately, it is a one-handed weapon, which I think has... I think it doesn't really do too well. Is he going to use this? No, he's not going to use it, but he's going to use Selling Point. Apparently, Selling Point is better for Mr. Pelisor than Pelisor's Wrath, which is actually true. It is better for him, but that is hilarious. That is classic Pelisor, is it not? Absolutely classic for him to decide to do that. Okay, so Schrödinger's not that good for him. What about Pelisor's Wrath? Is that any good for him? Sail Sword is actually... Are you serious right now? Sail Sword is actually better for this guy? Okay. Alright, so I'm thinking what I'm also going to end up doing here is I think what I might try to do is I might spend 8,000 and 7,000 on some swords, and I'm just literally going to go and I'm going to smelt them down. I don't know whether this is really going to do anything, and bear in mind that I am kind of being a little bit foolish by doing this, but I'm thinking that we might get lucky. Oh yeah, wait a minute. I'm actually going to do something real quick. I need to take a look at Pelisor's skills, because he has Steelmaker 2, but he has Curious Smelter, increases the rate of learning new part designs when smelting, which is exactly what we're about to do. So I think it's going to be good for him to do that. So yeah, let's do that. Let's use Pelisor for smelting. So he's going to smelt this. Okay, nothing. And what about this? Nothing. Classic. Just spend 15,000 for nothing. But it's okay. It's okay. You know why it's okay? Because I'm currently making over, well, by a pretty significant amount, over 1,200 per day. And that has pretty much remained constant for the entire time that I've been doing this. And of course, do bear in mind that I will be able to continue creating weapons and indeed selling them for about 8,000, 9,000. I could do a lot better on that, so do bear that in mind. I could do a lot better by building javelins, but for some reason I'm just not able to find any javelins that I'm able to smelt down and actually gain new parts from. So I'm not entirely sure. I might have to do some reading on that. I might have to consult some of your comments as well, because you've been very, very helpful in that regard. So anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.